So you got RLUSD, you got XRP, two different things. So why would they be affected? Now, the reason is because RLUSD is built on XRP's blockchain.
Ripple's launch of its new stablecoin, RLUSD, Ripple USD, could dramatically shift the landscape for XRP and the broader crypto market. RLUSD is a US dollar-backed stablecoin built directly on the XRP Ledger, Ripple's native blockchain. Designed for speed, low fees, and regulatory compliance, RLUSD marks Ripple's strategic entry into the growing 150+ billion stablecoin market. What makes this move especially significant for XRP holders is the inherent connection between RLUSD and XRP. Every RLUSD transaction on the XRP ledger requires XRP to pay transaction fees, and a small amount of XRP is burned in the process. This increases XRP demand while simultaneously reducing its circulating supply, a powerful combination that could place upward pressure on XRP's price. This isn't just theoretical. Ripple's CTO, David Schwartz, has confirmed that each RLUSD transaction actively contributes to XRP scarcity. This is already built into the protocol. Think about a major company like Meta or Shopify integrating RLUSD for transactions. Each of those payments would incur XRP fees, and when scaled across millions of transactions daily, the cumulative burn becomes significant.
Now, in order for us to send RLUSD around the world, we have to pay that technological system or the blockchain in XRP fees. We have to pay fees in XRP. So if I want to send $100 of RLUSD to somebody, I may have to pay $1 or $2, maybe less, but it's less than that, but I'm making it simple, $1 or $2 in XRP to do it. And also, some XRP gets burned when transactions get sent. That means our XRP gets destroyed completely. I have to pay the system in XRP, and the nodes benefit from that. So anybody that's running a node on the system, by processing transactions, you receive a fee in XRP. And then secondly is that the system also takes a little bit of XRP and just destroys it. So what that does is two things, is that XRP starts to get used more, because in order for us to send that RLUSD around, in order for, if Meta integrated into their systems, in order to send it, they'd have to use XRP. An entire system like Meta, integrating RLUSD and having to pay in XRP fees every time somebody sends it, dramatically increases the first use case of XRP. And secondly, it increases the demand for XRP. And also remember, the second part of that is that it's burning XRP as those transactions go around the world. So there's two things happening here: increasing demand and reducing supply. Those two things, basic high school economics, the price has to go up exponentially. Now, normally in basic economics, one of the two has to happen. The demand goes up, supply remains the same, price goes up. Now, if the supply drops, demand remains the same, the price goes up.
This creates passive demand and deflation for XRP. Users don't need to intentionally buy XRP, but its value still benefits just by using RLUSD. Analysts highlight that if RLUSD captures even a modest portion of the stablecoin market, XRP could see dramatic price increases. One projection suggests a $10 to $15 range with just 10% market share, while another points to $40 to $50 if RLUSD captures half of the projected $2 trillion stablecoin economy. The advantages extend beyond price action. RLUSD, operating on the XRP Ledger, brings global appeal and technical superiority. The XRP Ledger settles transactions in just 3 to 5 seconds, charges fractions of a penny in fees, consumes minimal energy, and is enterprise-grade, making it ideal for banks, fintech companies, and even governments.
Meta right now is in discussion, supposedly, this is all rumors, now it's not been substantiated, to integrate stable coins like RLUSD for cross-border payments on their platform. We just talked about that. RLUSD was launched in December 24, not even 7 months, and has achieved a market cap of over 300 million, daily volume over 100 million. Now, if this potential partnership happens, it will cause an exponential increase in the usage of RLUSD. Now, people say, how could XRP benefit from that? How is that possible? Because people have actually come to me and say, RLUSD and XRP are two different cryptocurrencies. RLUSD is a stable coin. It doesn't go up in value. There's no investment potential in RLUSD. It's supposed to stay the same no matter what. A stable coin, people to make transactions without worrying about the fluctuations of cryptocurrency. Now, there's very few cases in which the supply goes down and the demand goes up. That almost never it happens sometime in economics, but it rarely happens. Sometimes the demand will go up because the supply dropped, because people see it as more rare. But it never happens outside of situations like that, where the supply starts to drop as the demand goes up. That always increases. It causes what's called a supply crunch, in which then more people start wanting XRP because of that, and it's what's called a long squeeze. It's opposite of a short squeeze. As people start going long on XRP, exponential growth, and that's how we're going to get from where we are today to those $20, $30, $40, $50 predictions. Is that the people, the naysayers about XRP, don't understand all of this. All they know is they see charts. All they know is they don't understand. They see the market cap. All they know is that they are anchored to what's happening right now. And they don't understand what's coming. That's the whole point of future money, is to analyze, prepare, and teach you guys about what's coming in the market. So we can, first of all, prepare, we can be early into these investments, and we can also benefit when they start to happen. That's the whole point of future money. That's the whole point. And a lot of people don't realize that because they're stuck with today.
Unlike stablecoins on Ethereum, which face high fees and congestion, RLUSD offers efficient, scalable infrastructure. Ripple is also leaning hard into regulation. RLUSD will be fully backed one-to-one with US dollars and issued under US regulatory frameworks, making it especially appealing to institutions that require clarity and compliance. This regulatory-first approach positions Ripple for long-term adoption as global rules around crypto become more stringent. Another layer of value comes from liquidity. RLUSD will likely be paired with XRP in decentralized exchanges, boosting the number of XRP trading pairs, on-chain volume, and market activity. This liquidity improves XRP's utility and reinforces its role as a bridge asset, a core part of Ripple's original vision. As the tokenized economy expands, XRP becomes increasingly vital for converting between different digital assets. Looking ahead, key milestones include the RLUSD launch, expected in summer 2025, integration with payment and banking partners, exchange listings, DeFi implementations, and transaction volume post-launch. If RLUSD adoption scales as Ripple intends, a self-reinforcing cycle could emerge. Increased RLUSD usage drives XRP demand and burning, leading to price appreciation, which attracts more attention and adoption.
So Meta did have an attempt at launching its own stablecoin before, partnered with it now, and it failed. Government came after them, stopped them from doing it. But a successful partnership between Meta and Ripple could set a precedence, like we said before, of mass adoption across all social media platforms. People say if the news comes out tomorrow, it's not going to come out tomorrow, but let's say it did, XRP's price would more than likely rapidly explode to $5 to $10. Then it would get to those $20, $30, $40 valuations over time as adoption or integration into Meta's platform started, and the demand and the supply starts going down and the demand starts going up. That's where we would see those maybe even $100 valuations.